Hello, one and all. This is Wolfstar Gaming, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. Now, last time, I decided to go back to the beginning of the game and go through all the geotags I missed. And then we got into more story with Akiho doing a practice run with the Tanegashima machine. The new and improved Tanegashima machine. Though there is still some bugs that need to be ironed out. So there's that. And before we actually get back into this here, I do want to mention that my upload schedule for this game is going to be going back to being worked around my job. I'm going to be returning to my job before I know it, after Christmas. So yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that. After reaching the parking lot, I turned to face Akiho as usual.
ね、大丈夫?
I asked the usual question. I take it there aren't any... Because I should have already looked at this. Or is this a new one? No, this is a new one, I think. NE738X on a Super Club. Nishiki Sai. Yeah, I don't remember that name. Registered March 22nd. Registration number 096. And I've already looked at Akiho. Well, I'm always looking at her, but, you know. Well, that kind of looks like it kind of looks like what's his name? From Pokemon. I don't really know Pokemon that much. It kind of looks like he's wearing an Egyptian headdress. Okay, so just that one. I already read this. Her usual answer doesn't come. Maybe she's too focused and just didn't hear you. Today is different. Or maybe she's just ignoring him. Whoa. Oh! Akiho! Yeah, you are super tired. That was a weird kind of graphical transition. It looked like it looked like that she disappeared and then reappeared, facing us. And that was just really weird to me. It almost looked like she glitched out there for a second. But yeah, she's like super tired. She's not getting any sleep. Girl, come on. Don't do this to yourself. Akiho weakly shakes her head back and forth, her face still pale. Yeah, she's not doing too hot. She's overworking herself, and as a result, not getting enough sleep. Or no sleep at all. Doesn't take long for me to understand the situation. Yeah. I immediately have Akiho sit down where she's standing.
なんなら保健室まで連れてくけど。
Oh. Like, she just looks so frail.
ここでいいや。
No, you're not. You are not fine. She tries to force a smile, but her brow is covered in a layer of cold sweat. Akiho puts out her hand and I hold on to it. She tightly grips it. Before long, her face becomes expressionless. Her eyes are open, but she's not really there. She's not actually looking at anything. Her breathing gradually grows deeper and heavier. All the strength leaves her body as she slumps over. I hold her shoulders to support her. She's like the honorary prez when it runs out of power. I idly look up at the sky as I compare the two images in my head. Once this happens, it doesn't matter how much I call out to her. Akiho won't answer. But this is normal. She has attacks like this regularly. That said, it's rare for them to occur with such perfect timing. Wait, she has attacks like this regularly? This isn't due from her not getting enough sleep? And overworking herself? I'm slightly confused. There's only one way to treat this. You have to wait till she gets better. After about 5 minutes, she'll naturally recover. Is it kind of like I don't know, like a diabetic kind of thing? Then again, I don't really know how diabetes works. Thus, there's no need to panic. I've seen her have these attacks for years now. I understand how to deal with them. Good thing that he was right there to help her. It's like, if he hadn't been there, what would have happened? It's like if she was just alone. By that, I mostly mean holding on to Akiho and supporting her. That's all she needs and all I can do for her. I let go of Akiho's hand, and in its place I put the pink stuffed toy hanging from the tablet at her waist. Oh, is that what that little figure is that's attached to her fanny pack? Then, still with a blank expression on her face, she starts to squeeze and fiddle with the toy in her hand. The little stuffed toy she always carries on her is the perfect size to fit in the palm of her hand. It's so dirty and colorless because she always squeezes it during attacks to remain conscious. That's right. Akiho is still conscious. That's the important thing, isn't it? The only way I can really describe this condition is as an attack. But what kind of attack is it? I mean, she must have some kind of condition that causes this. If it's not due from, lack of sleep. At this very moment, while Akiho is spending 5 minutes in reality, she's perceiving it as 1 second of time. I know this because these attacks aren't anything new. Plus, Akiho always tells me about them after. 5 minutes of reality gets compressed into 1 second of perception. Feels like time is moving super fast for her. One positive thing I can say about Kaito is that he is always there for Akiho when she absolutely needs him. And this is one of those times. I feel his heart seems to be in the right place. But when it's stuff that's not like this, I question his thought process. But with this, it's like he really is there for her. Like, he's her rod, basically. Meanwhile, for the people watching her, it's like she's moving in slow motion, like a zombie or something. Elephant mouse syndrome. Elephant mouse syndrome? I've never heard of that. Hopefully that's a tip, so I learn more about it. That's the super scientific name that doctors have given it, but Akiho and I call it FF. FF, okay? Nice and simple. FF is short for fast forward. Right, yeah. You know, like how video players have fast forward and rewind buttons. It sounds confusing because all of the different perspectives, but we call it FF from Akiho's viewpoint. Yeah, because everything is, from her perspective, is getting fast forwarded, and that I can only imagine from her perspective of how that feels. Like, it must take a toll on her mentally. These attacks aren't something she was born with. Oh. Oh. That was a little Akiho. Oh. They're the after effect of an accident that happened 8 years ago. Accident. Ever since that day, Akiho and I, we've been afflicted with these unpleasant attacks. Huh. Like, I have, like, no basis to, like, compare what these attacks could possibly be. And frankly, I am concerned. Especially since it's not just Akiho, but also Kaito. It's like, what if they both have these attacks at the same time? Who's going to be there to help both of them? They tend to occur after we put strain on our bodies, like staying up all night or exercising too hard. Okay, so it is tied to not getting enough sleep. You know, staying up all night, working on that Tanegashima machine. It's like, since they know they have this affliction, they, of course, need to take extra care of themselves, especially in terms of, staying up all night, and not staying up all night, I should say, and getting to sleep at a decent time. That's why I always tell her not to push herself. And I take it that for Kaito, from his perspective, that he tells himself this all the time, I take it. So that when this does happen to Akiho, that he can be there for her as her support, as her rod. That way both of them are not both, out for the count, I guess. I don't like to put it that way, but, that's the best way I can put it, really. That's why I always ask her how she feels before she drives her scooter. That's why I go with her if she's heading to school, even on days off. Yeah, it would be really bad if that happened while she's riding her scooter. Oy. And that's why I'm a member of the Robot Club. That's why. So he can look after her as part of his promise to Misane, right? If something happens to Akiho, I need to be there with her so I can look after her. And the same goes for me. Yeah. My symptoms are a bit different from Akiho's, but I still have to deal with the same after effects. Like, how different exactly? Is his afflictions slightly different than Akiho's, or are they the same? Thereabout. My attacks actually require proper nursing. Oh, really? So it's worse for Kaito? That's what it sounds like, especially with mentioning proper nursing. So in that sense, you could say that Akiho and I are both supporting each other. Hmm. It's like he's always there for her and she's always there for him. And that's a sign of a really good friendship. Even with or without this, you know, syndrome. The reason we're always together at school isn't just because we're both in the robot club or childhood friends. It's so we can deal with these attacks when they happen, without causing problems for other people. What, like, not having other people worry about them? Is that what he means by saying that? I can only assume so. We'd love to get better ASAP, but there's no cure for our particular condition. So we've just got to deal. There has to be something to help them. I mean, maybe like later on in the game, there might be something that could help them with this condition. Like, I can only assume so, being that we're getting this now. Which means that in order to protect ourselves, the very least we can do is support each other. She sounds really out of it. Akio slowly moans, but doesn't form any words. Parking lot is slowly being blanketed in darkness. If something happened to run, if someone happened to run into us now, they'd probably think we were two lovebirds messing around. Anyhow, I call Akio's mother and ask her to come pick her daughter up. That was a good idea, actually. The attack only lasts 5 minutes, but the numbness of the body lasts much longer. She shouldn't be driving. Yeah. It's like, and I imagine that numbness kind of feels like when you're like when your like foot falls asleep. After the call, I have nothing to do but wait for Akiho to recover. I take a look at her face. She has the expression of a no mask. I'm not familiar with no masks. Is that it? And I imagine they're not the same as like kabuki masks. It's like that's the only other masks I can think of that are Japanese. Empty eyes, slightly quivering lip. Sometimes she ends up drooling, so it's actually kind of a problem. There was one time where she totally soaked my shirt. Jeez, this idiot. That's why I told her not to push herself so hard. Gotcha. Okay. She's already constantly rushing forward when it comes to the robot club. Yeah, it's like she's always go, 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 and you know, she gets super excited and very energetic when it comes to robots. And that would take a toll on her. Especially since she hasn't been getting any sleep lately. And now she wants to add Robo-ONE on top of that? Which is right around the corner practically at this point. Fixing the honorary press, staying up all night to learn its complex control scheme. Akiho is that desperate to protect the robot club and make her dream a reality. Even at the cost of her well-being. Wow. It's like, she's that desperate.
Yare.
But I'm not blameless. I saw her walking that dangerous line and didn't warn her as much as I should have. Well, you can only do so much, right? I mean, just continue to be there for her, Kaito. That's the important thing. Maybe I should have forced her to stop? Maybe. Or should I have helped her more? I mean, it's kind of a balancing act, isn't it? It's like, should he have forced her or should he have helped her? Like, well, one or the other. Like, which should he have done? I don't know. But supporting each other, huh? Guess I have no choice. I sigh, straighten out my thoughts, and pull out my phone droid to kill time playing Kill Ballad. How about putting your phone away and just sit there with Akiho? Oh, Akiho. Akiho says my name. Slowly at first, then gradually faster. She blinks her eyes, then speaks again.
Kai.
Yeah? Strength begins to return to Akiho's hand. That's good. He weakly grasps at mine. I guess it's been about 5 minutes.
もう平気
5 minutes and the sun has already set? Looks like she hasn't recovered enough to stand yet. While still leaning against my shoulder, she nods a little, then starts to slowly take deep breaths. She told me before that after an attack, she's so exhausted that she can't even walk. So I imagine this is like akin to having the wind knocked out of you. And it's like you can't breathe and you just wind up like collapsing as a result. It's like I've had that happen. So I imagine it's kind of like that.
おばさんには連絡しといたもうすぐ迎えに来てくれるよこれに懲りたらもう無理はしないことこらこらこの期に及んで何その返事
There's a little laugh and smile. And she's definitely feeling better, which is good. I do wonder, when this first started happening to them, if they went to see any doctors about it. I mean, I imagine they did, but like nothing has been given to them to like treat it, I guess. I mean, from the sounds of Kaito explaining it, it doesn't sound like that's the case.
じゃあ、カイ、オペレーターやってくれないかな。
What a low blow. She's really asking me that at a time like this? Yes, she is. How unfair can you get? It's an opportunity to ask him.
わかった。
Just a simple fine. And she's surprised. Akiho opens her eyes wide.
まさか受けてくれるなんて思ってなかったよ。
It is a little surprising, given that he doesn't want to have anything to do with the robot club.
いつもの勝負とかしなくてもいいのかな。
It isn't an appropriate time for that. At least I think so. And maybe that's what Kaito was thinking.
今回は特別。
A special exception. Okay. I guess I'll take what I can get.
そっか。でも、ありがとう。助かるよ。
ただし条件があ
る。And what's your one condition, Kaito?
何？
何？
ミサネ仕様の操縦方法は俺でも無理。だから、キルバラみたいな操縦方法にしてよ。
Is that even possible? Well, actually, now that I think about it, it probably is possible, but how much time is that gonna take? I mean, they have, I think, now less than a week until Robo-ONE. Akiho cocks her head like she doesn't really understand what I'm saying. What was that noise? Just then, I hear the sound of a car horn, coming from the school gate. Her mother. That might be her mom. I lend my shoulder to Akiho to help her stand, and we slowly make our way toward the front gate. After entrusting Akiho to her mother, I drive home alone on my scooter. I stop by a neighborhood park on the way. Park is poorly lit, so it's pitch black. The red aurora in the night sky stands out even more as a result. Till 4 years ago, it was possible to see Tanegashima Space Center rocket launches from here in Uchugaoka Park. I have no idea if I said that right. Now all it has is a dog walking course. The park has the kanji for space in its name, but it ain't very cosmic. Half the stairs up to the viewing area have rusted away. When I was in grade school, There was a do not use sign. The go-kart space and Minatimanecho local hall at the park have been abandoned for over 10 years. Go-karts, that's always fun. I was never really good at go-karts though. Even the new local hall they built a short distance away has been closed. But that's exactly why. That's why this is my favorite spot, even now. I can see why. I mean, you have a great view, especially of the aurora. At night, it's completely silent. Nobody comes here. Oh, wait. This is where that, one mysterious girl was a few videos back. Wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. I think that tower in the background there. That's where she was standing, wasn't it? I think so. Huh. Okay, so the rocket launch site area must be important in some way then. At night, it's completely silent. Nobody comes here. Plus, it's close to my house. Not even 5 minutes by scooter. Here, I can sink into the darkness with nobody around to bother me. Just me and some quality time with Kill Ballad. It's kind of mysterious. My nerves get sharper than usual, and I can focus better when I'm here. I come here when I want to get some serious play in. Like when I'm pushing for the #1 spot. I sometimes chat with folks from Tokyo when I play. They rag on me for only winning because I play in quiet spots. I mean, it's so he can focus. It's like, go to a quiet spot to, you know, focus on something like this. Yeah. In Tokyo, they still have these crazy places called arcades. I guess it's common to have crowds watch you play. I mean, that arcades were a big thing in the 80s. I know that much. It's like, I was still pretty young in the 80s. But I remember arcades were huge then. Same with tournaments held overseas and stuff. A gallery of thousands of people sitting in a massive hall. Everything is so loud you can't even hear the game. Players get up on stage and fight against their opponent who sits right next to them. Yeah, that actually makes me think of an old movie that I grew up watching, one of which I actually have, called Wizard. And it stars Fred Savage from the Wonder Years. And I always really enjoyed that movie because it revolves around video games. And, you know, granted, growing up, I didn't play a ton of video games. But, you know, the time that I did spend growing up playing video games, that movie just has a special place in my heart because it's, you know, nostalgic for me. I guess you're not a true fighting game player unless you can win in a situation like that. But as someone who barely ever leaves Tanegashima, what's that got to do with me? This is my playstyle, and it's helped me climb up to the spot of 5th best in the world. And he's stuck at 5th best. He can't get past being in 5th place. I don't care if people hate on me or my strats. Strats? Not stats? This stage helps me win. Anyway, time to get started. Or not. I get a call on my phone droid. Who the heck could it be? Jeez.
電話受信
Oh, it's Akiho. Oh. Well, she's a lot chipper now. Hi, beautiful. How you feeling? As soon as I answer, Akiho's loud voice resounds.
もう平気なの
うちは落ち着いた。今家に帰ってきたとこ。ありがとう。
That's good.
そんなことより、さっき言ってたこと。
Oh, about Kaito controlling the Tanegashima machine. Akiho, you're too close to the camera, and you're being way too loud. No, this is fine. This is fine. You'd never guess this was the same girl who had an attack earlier in the evening. Well, she seems to bounce back fairly quick.
さっきって俺がオペレーターやってもいいって話
それその時条件出してきたでしょ
出したよキルバラの操縦システムにしてくれってできそう
She probably could.
いや、できないよ。
Oh, never mind.
でも、それすごいアイデアだと思うの。
You do think it's an amazing idea, though. Okay. Akiho is crazy excited. Of course she would be excited.
そんな発想、全く思いつかなかったもん。格闘ゲームのシステムとホビーロボットの操縦の融合か。これ、ノーベル賞ものの発明だよ。
The Nobel Prize? I don't know if the Nobel Prize gives out a Nobel Prize. That's a little repetitive. I don't know if they give out Nobel Prizes for something like this.
大げさだな
そんなことないってば。
Maybe just a little bit you are, I think.
キルバラのシステムを使うっていうことは、コントローラーはポケコンになるんでしょ？想像するだけでワクワクしちゃうよ。
And using the phone droid as a controller would make it easier than using that big controller with all those switches.
あと1年準備期間があればな。
Unfortunately, we don't. But we don't, yeah. Including today, we have 3 days left. Only 3 days! Oh, boy. Plus, we gotta leave the island for Tokyo on Friday evening, so tomorrow is our last real day for prep. They have no time! We're at a complete deadlock. Yeah. There's nothing we can possibly do.
せっかくカイもやる気になってくれたのに。
At this point, they would need a miracle to happen.
別にやる気になったわけじゃないよまたアキちゃんに倒れられたら厄介だからそれだけだよ
Yeah. That's a fair point.
それでもいいの。うちはカイの言ってくれたこと嬉しかった。できればあと1週間早く行ってほしかったけどね。
Yeah, If he had said it a lot earlier, they would have had more time.
とにかく
For sure.
明日と明後日で何ができるかもうちょっと考えてみるね。
Oh, wait a minute. Is that an email notification? Or a Tweepo notification? Wrong button. Oh, that looks like an email notification in the upper right corner there. I can't bring out my phone though.
じゃあおやすみ。
おやすみ。
JG Nay. Who is JG Nay? Am I even saying that right? After I disconnect, I sigh to myself. Deep down, I kind of hoped she'd just give up.
あいつのことだから諦めないだろうな。
I've been iffy about this Robo-ONE thing from the get-go, because it's obvious that the VP is just toying with us. No, she's not toying with you. It's like, I think I know where she's coming from.
メール受信。
Oh, here we go. Oh, what the? What is all this about? It just looks like spam. What the hell? What is this? My question. Exactly. The text is all garbled. That's another way to put it. Considering it's just gibberish, I delete it.
キルバラ起動。
I wonder if it could possibly be some kind of like code, some kind of like hidden message. Maybe. Time to get back on schedule. I boot up Kill Ballad. Even if we did make an appearance at Robo-ONE, there's no way we'd be able to win with Misane's control scheme. Well, you don't know that for sure. It'd be humiliating to go to Tokyo, lose, and come back to the island to see the VP's self-satisfied grin. I mean, this is all from the perspective of Kaito, who's a student. Of course, we're not going to get a perspective from the vice principal, so we can only really, make, assumptions of what her goal is with giving this ultimatum to them of getting into the Robo-ONE event. Oh wait, I don't think I read that.
作者いた。
Plus, the only way we'd ever be able to implement Kill Ballad's control scheme would be to ask the game's creator. I mean, we could try that, but how well would he be able to help us, if he could even help us, or even willing? I get matched up with none other than Frau Kojiro. What's going on here? So just right before this, we get a strange email. maybe that email is somehow tied to Frau Kojiro. Maybe it was sent by him. Who knows? Talk about way too perfect timing. I still remember the shitty way they accused me of being a cheater. But it's water under the bridge. I've got nothing to lose. I know now that Frau Kojiro doesn't use Voicha. While that's a pain in the ass, I can still use text chat. Ignoring the actual match, I start typing on the touchscreen. Evening, thanks for messaging me the other day. Just so you know, I don't cheat. I have no idea who told you that was the case, but it's not true. By the way, I know this is sudden, but I have a request. Have you ever heard of ROBO-ONE? I'm set to appear in the tournament this weekend. And so I was thinking of trying to use Kill Ballad's control scheme. With the hobby robot I'm entering ROBO-ONE with. I know this is a ridiculous thing to request, but could you share the Kill Ballad source code with me? And I got a tip. Source programming. Source code. It is the text written in computer programming lingo. This is what programmers read and write. Yeah, very cut and dry there. It makes me easier to trust. If it makes me easier to trust, I'll happily give you my identity. Oh, really now? You're willing to do that, Kaito? My name is Kaito. My name is Yashio Kaito, and I live in Tanegashima. I'm a third year at Central Tanegashima High. Third year? I could have sworn that there was second year. Do you want my home address too? That's a little too much information. Giving away the source code to some random high school kid would be the epitome of stupid. Goodbye, money. Oh man, the text here overlaid with the Kaito's messaging is, oh boy, it's a little difficult to read it, but I mean, not so much difficult, but really it's almost too much text. This is the best way I can put this. It's like printing the same thing twice on one side of paper. It's like that. And it's a little like my eyes are like trying to focus on the narration, but the messaging is kind of getting in the way of that. I doubt anything will come of this. Ugh. I'm glad that was only like a couple of lines with that I had to read there over that texting. Jeez. And as expected, Frau Kojiro disconnects midway through the match without saying a word. Curious? Very curious. I must have really put them off. It's like I don't know, he could have scared Frau Kojiro off, or I don't know, like, or maybe he just needs like time to think about what he just read. I don't know. I gaze up at the night sky. I feel like I could see way more stars back in the day. But the crimson stain in the northern sky has made it difficult to spot stars these days. Tokyo's at a higher latitude than Tanegashima, right? I wonder what the aurora looks like over there. You doing okay, Akiho? Akiho is face down on her desk, groaning. She's holding the honorary prez's giant manual. I'm guessing she's been reading it all morning, ignoring class. Prez's programming is printed in the manual. That's Misane for you. I mean, I'm sure that Misane was absolutely, completely organized and detailed in her manual. Everything that to the Tanegashima machine is in that manual. So, yeah. Akiho has a dejected look on her face while she flips through the notebook. Notebook.
このプログラムを新しく構築するなんて一日でできるわけないよ。
Yeah, it's like there's absolutely no time. Like, at all. It's like you managed to get the Tanegashima machine in somewhat working order. Still need to iron the bugs out though. And now rewriting the programming, you'd need, oh boy, I don't know how much time. A lot more than just a day, that's for sure. Probably like another week or two at least. Akiho declares her surrender in the empty classroom after the day's exams.
カイのアイデアは最高なんだけどな。
じゃあ東京行きもやめるってことで決まりだね。
Now that that's all settled, it's time to grub. Time to grub? Or time to get grub? I feel like that's a typo. I stuffed my cheeks with the curry bread I bought earlier in the day.
それはやめない。出場さえすれば 1% でも優勝する可能性はあるし。
Even if it's just 1%, that's extremely slim.
言うと思ったよ。ほんと諦め悪いところは厄介というかめんどくさいよな。
So I wouldn't exactly say that her unwillingness to ever give up is annoying. It's just that, you know, her gumption is like through the roof. Her drive is just amazing, and she'll go full throttle and never stop, even at the cost of her own health. And it just shows that when given a deadline, that she will push herself to the max to meet her goals within that deadline. I mean, in a job setting or a business setting, that shows that she has a lot of really good work ethic, even though at the cost of her own health, of not getting enough sleep, it still shows that.
だって
今のまま出てもアキちゃんが赤っ端書いて終わりだと思うけどね。
カイ
Akiho quickly stands up and faces me.
オペレーターやってくれるって昨日言ったよね。
Yes, he did. She firmly grabs both of my shoulders and clings to me in tears. Oh.
言ったよね。
Oh god, I'm just like picturing this in my head as if it was like an anime and her just like, you know, going up to him, grabbing both of his shoulders and just like shaking him like that, and just it's like, didn't you? That's how I'm like picturing that.
条件付きでってところが抜けてるよ。
昨日の回はあんなに優しかったのに。
ダダをこねないように。
回に少しでもロボ部を思う気持ちがあるのなら。
ないね。
Yeah.
これっぽっちも
Like, not like 1 micron bit, right, Kaito?
俺に言うことを聞かせたいなら勝負か条件を達成するか、そのどっちかだよ。
Like, again with this. Akiho hastily whips out her phone droid. And of course she agrees to it.
一回でも勝てばいいんでしょ。だったらこれから本番まで36時間くらいずっと付き合ってもらうけど。
She's really determined. Then again, that's just her character. So that's her strategy. Akiho's nowhere near my level, but it's possible that over a bunch of matches, I make a mistake and she gets lucky. Or you could just let her win for once. It's like, what's one loss? There are no absolutes in fighting games, after all.
まあいいけど、アキちゃんの心が折れても知らないよ。
カイって本当に容赦しないからな。
Yeah, seriously. I quickly finish my curry bread, then thoroughly wipe my hands with a wet tissue. I really wonder what curry bread tastes like.
じゃあ始めようか。それとも場所移動する？
いい。まずはここでやる。
Akiho's pretty worked up. I grin and pull out my phone droid.
どうしたの？
A message? Who could it be from? I find the timing a bit dubious as I open it up. A message from Frau Kojiro? Yep. Sorry for the turtle speed response. What you said yesterday was really interesting, so I tried whipping together a program for you. You actually did it. Umishoshi. I didn't realize that was a comma there. So interesting. So I tried whipping together a program for you, Umishoshi. I upped it, so try it out. Giovanni did it in a night. Too easy. Who the hell is Giovanni? Lol. Anyway, TBH. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not really up on my texting lingo. I don't really talk to people like this, but consider it an apology for treating you like a cheater. By the way, I sort of maybe kind of got a thing to discuss with you. Why did you make that one word? So I might contact you again. Give me your thoughts on the program I sent too. Anyway, below you'll find the app required to use the program I sent, and a list of parts you're gonna have to dump into your hobby robot. It ain't gonna be cheap, so you'll have to front the cash. Lol. Okay, and I noticed I got I got a few tips here. Gimme. Really? Internet slang used in the 2000s means give me. Mainly used when asking for videos or pictures. Or anything, really. LOL. Internet slang used in the 2000s. Laugh out loud. By inserting LOL into the middle or at the end of a sentence, the speaker can convey that they are laughing. On message boards, users can also type them out in succession. Lol, 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 to strengthen the expression or even ridicule someone else. For example, haha, lol, 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 sure, lol, 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 lol. Too easy. Internet slang from the 2000s again. Means too easy. It's like, texting jargon 101. When used for yourself, it means you're bragging, but when used for others, it is belittling toward their gameplay. Huh. Giovanni did it in a night. Internet slang used in the 2000s. Never heard of this one. A line from a manga that was popular at the time. Huh. Used when creating a high-quality product in very little time. So, if Giovanni can do it in one night, then maybe Akiho or Kaito can. Who knows? Up. Internet slang used in the 2000s. Once again, short for upload. Okay. Used when you upload pictures or videos online. Why not just say upload? Turtle speed response. To respond slow like a turtle on a huge online forum. Surprise, Kaito? Wait, what the hell? The message is filled with all sorts of bizarre terms I don't recognize, but I get the general gist of what's written. Yeah, he's a younger generation, so he doesn't recognize all the internet slang from the 2000s, right?
Kai?
Kill Ballad 操縦システム実現できるかも。アキちゃん、このパーツ揃えられる？
I show Akiho the parts list at the end of the message.
どうかな。ロボクリニックに行けば揃うのは間違いないけど、在庫が今あるかどうかは聞いてみないと。ねえ、このメッセージの人誰？
He should tell her.
キルバラの作者。ダメ元でソースくれって頼んだら、ソースどころかプログラムを作って送ってきた。
Which is amazing. It's like he asked for the source code and got the whole program instead. That is a shot in the dark that was like, I feel like one in like, I don't know, maybe 1 in 100. I don't know. 1 in 100 chances or something. And he wound up getting it. Wow. And of course, Akiho is shocked too.
風が吹いてきた。これはたぎる展開だね。
Well, this is that miracle I was talking about. Akiho is so excited that it's genuinely hard to believe she was just clinging to me in tears. And shaking you like a ragdoll, telling you to, what was the line again? I can't remember. Even I never expected such a convenient turn of events to go down like this. It's a little hard for me to be too happy, though. Who knows what Frau Kojiro has in store for me? Yeah, what? I can't believe he was so willing to give Kaito the whole program. There must be, there has to be some kind of reason for him doing this. What is that reason, though? What are his motives for doing this? Oh, very interesting. Well, what is Doc doing here? Well, we will find that out next time, though. I'll stop it here for the time being. So, some very interesting stuff going on here right now. You know, everything involving Akiho and Kaito's condition. That kind of scared me a little bit. And with what we just got with Kojiro just so willingly giving Kaito that program. It's like, wow. What is so easy in a game, or in fiction, really, is much harder in real life. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching, by the way. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the pack. And don't forget to claw that bell icon so you know when a new video comes out. And as always, everyone, have a great day or night, wherever you may be. Also, happy holidays! I genuinely hope you all have a great one.